Warning. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Those suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Viewer discretion is advised. Previously on Doki Doki Literature Club.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake.
And now, we continue.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. Jake, the one-man band, is back again. We're back in Doki Doki Literature Club. However, we never said we would join the Doki Doki Literature Club in the previous episode, so we're gonna remedy that in this episode. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls step back at me with dejected eyes. No! Not the dejected eyes! Don't show me those puppy dog eyes. I cannot fight that. One weakness, my one weakness. But, I'm sorry. I thought, humph. Jake, you all... I am defenseless against these girls. Welcome to a visual novel, my friend. They're gonna walk all over your ass. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, well, that's the price I'm willing to pay. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I will join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. I was expecting her to, like, tackle me, but, I mean, that works too. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club, and it's great to be here! Ah, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Today's end? We hardly even started! We just had cupcakes and tea! I mean, we didn't even read anything! Anyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem and bring it to the next meeting, so we all can share. Monica looks over at me once more. Jake, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh, you! Oh, I express myself rather well. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? Well, get to work on those skills, man. I already feel anxiety welling up inside of me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Jake, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? I mean, that's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore, because she always stays after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. We're going the same way. Yay! Alrighty. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. Making my way downtown, walking with Sayori after club meeting. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Which one should be our figurehead of affection? Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Like cuddle buddies? Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Do we actually get to write a poem, or is it already pre-written? It's time to write a poem. Yo, time to write a poem. Now it's time. Go into your journal and bust a rhyme. You gotta write a poem. You gotta make it read. Read really good so it's not a fee to read. Peace! That's the Jake rap. Jake poem rap. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen when whoever likes your poem the most. Oh, I can only, like, choose... I can only choose certain words. Oh, okay, so we have sensation, wonderful, lust. Can we, like, go to another one? Climax, inferno, precious, extraordinary, flower. And I like it how these little girls are bouncing up and down. Let's go with extraordinary. Oh, so she jumped, so, like, I guess she likes that. Shiny! Awesome, grief, whisper, desire. Desire! The thing is, I don't know how it's going to flow, so I don't know, like, what I should choose. If it was gonna be like, I get to write it on my own, I had a few ideas in mind on what I was actually gonna do, so... Intellectual. That's a good word. Marshmallow, parfait, sugar, blanket, empty, hopeless. Clouds. Clouds! Giggle, beauty, excitement, spinning, music, melancholy, memories, disown, destiny. It's your destiny, destiny. Alright. Entropy, that's a good name. Anxiety, bunny, lollipop, uncontrollable, ribbon hair, fear. Let's go. Alright. Captive, extreme, nibble. Oh, marriage. Playground, joy, cry, fireflies, secretive. I'll go secretive. Kawaii! Gotta go with kawaii. Bouncy, papa, prayer, scars. Horror, romance, swimsuit. A horror swimsuit! A horror fantasy. Shame, proof. Incongruent, depression, time, agonizing, explode! Email, vibrant, suicide, summer, broken, chocolate, universe, universe! Pain, uncanny, starscape, unrelinquished, whirlwind, vacation, after image, sweet, holiday. I'll go with starscape. Whistle, question, nightgown, daydream, amazing, pure, electricity, fireworks, vertigo, bubbles! Bubbles! Infinite, color, passion, sticky, clumsy, treasure, headphones, landscape, cheer, promise. I'm gonna go with treasure. Massacre, family, death, flying, defeat, rainbow, fickle, voracious. That's a good word. Cage, Valentine, tenacious, friends, sunset, cute, laugh, rain cloud, variance. I'll go with nature. Okay. I think that was a good combo of everyone. Hi again, Jake. We just skipped class. Screw class. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Jake. Oh, anytime, Yuri. It's fine. I hope it isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I was busy! Okay? Halo 3, or something, I don't know. The latest Halo game to come out was Halo 2, and I heard that was kind of a disappointment. You gave us a 4-hour campaign! Thank you very much! I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Oh, we got a badass over here, watch out. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh, shit. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature! You don't understand my vision! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back down in her seat. Don't worry, guys. Jake always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Oh, well, I'm a dependable guy. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. I just want to clean it. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. Oh, don't be jealous. It's okay. I got room in my heart for many friends. How come? You and Jake can be good friends too? See? Sayori? Something going on between you two? I'm here. I can listen. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Oh, Yuri, you precious little Cinnabon. You didn't have to. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. Oh, but you're all blushy face. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess this means it's up to me to rescue the situation! Super Jake to the rescue! Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So, any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I like gifts. I like hugs. I like whatever. Yeah. I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I love books! I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. Oh, is it, Catcher in the Rye? No, To Kill a Mockingbird. Journey to the East. No, is it? No, it's West. Journey to the West. Literature. Great Gatsby. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read The Lorax. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Because it's working, that's why! She even picked out a book she thinks I like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. What is it? Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression. Like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad from distracting her from reading. I caught a glimpse of the corner of her book. It looks like it's the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Oh, I thought we were going to get a decision where it's like we got to choose, do we want to go into the conversation? Do we want to, read the book? Do we want to talk to Yuri? Or do we want to go to Natsuki? Normally that would be the case, but I mean, this was going to be my choice anyway, so... crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. No, don't mind me, just little old me drinking water. See? I was going to talk with my mouth full of water, but it would just go all over the keyboard, and that wouldn't be good. She sneaks another glance at me. Our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out, I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Why don't you tell me what book it is? Come on, tell me, I can take it. Even if it's a Japanese book, I'll still love it. I wanted to read some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same exact book? Well, when I stopped by the bookstore yesterday, it's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. Yeah. I do that sometimes. I've never done that, but there's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me. But I decided to let it go. Decided to be like Elsa. Just for today, though. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyway? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. One that I have not read, but, maybe I'll read it now. What is it about, Yuri? Please tell me. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. The title's starting to sound familiar. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Well, that's sad. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? I know! I love it! That makes a good story! Yuri makes it sound like it was going to be a nice story. So that dark turn came out of nowhere. But that's what makes it good! It's called a twist! Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Jake? No, it's not that. I mean, I could definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri was into those things. She is so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at your life in a strange new perspective. This is true, they do. When horrible things happen, not just because of someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals, or their own philosophy that they believe in, like the Sith in Star Wars. It's just a different way of looking at things. They're not necessarily evil. Then suddenly, when you thought you were related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? No, this is good! I like this! Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize, it's fine! I'm liking this! I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things in books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. That's alright! I do that too! So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. I mean, I'm a guy after all. I'm supposed to be a good listener. Good first step. It's a literature club after all. That's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading this then. Just gonna start reading. You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright. It's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Oh! Cuddle buddies! Yeah? Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It just... Sometimes it's something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. You know, you're very much, Hanukkah from, Karo Shoujo. That's what you are. You even have the purple hair! Okay? So it's amazing. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. And it's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. And it looks like she's reading from my book instead. Hey! Get your own! You have your own! Bop you on the head! Sorry. I was just... Yuri! You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I really don't mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, Yuri, here. This should work, right? I slam my desk, until it's up against Yuri's and hold the book more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Scandalous! This is only episode 2! Next you're gonna be telling me we're gonna be doing the do. That doesn't happen until, like, at least episode 12. I mean, come on. Or part 12. I feel like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. Ah, I guess this makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Oh, look at us! Oh, it's so cute! Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm and the right side of the book. That way, I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. So... Okay, we're reading a Western-style book then. It's not, like, it's written in the Western style, not in the Japanese style, or else we would be turning it left to right instead of right to left. Just a little bit of trivia. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. Oh, scandalous, I say. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Huh? To turn the page. Yeah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. Don't mind me, just looking at your beautiful face, or whatever. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, it's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm reading to turn the page. If I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue in the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Oh, using some big words. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri? This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all the things that she says and does. So, like, are you structuring yourself off of this character? Because, you know, sometimes people do that. Things are working in my brain right now. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but you're kind of reminiscent of some of You're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But, Jake, that's probably a terrible thing that I have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. What? No! Come on! We always say the wrong things, don't we? I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know that you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more like it's kind of cute. Well, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Damn it, Monica! You messed up at such a moment! I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. Then in that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alrighty! I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slide it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, of course I did. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to doing something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Yeah, I just chose a bunch of random words that were in a thesaurus. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't we find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayuri is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I already feel Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh, decision time! Decision time, I'm gonna go with Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I'll start with her. I can trust her opinion, to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's gonna hate me. Can I hear her thoughts? Am I psychic now? You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. I wouldn't say that! I'm not much of a poet. I'm more of a historian. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical for new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. She's stammering in... her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, it's not saying you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a small poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope for everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Bias? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki, or all three. Could be that, too. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as that is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, is this supposed to be a literature club? Let's see. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air from the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Click. Outside poem area to continue. Okay, well... Very nice handwriting, very cursive. I'm glad I could actually read it. I'm not very good at cursive. Alrighty. I'm sorry. I have such terrible hand. What are you talking about? Okay, here's the thing. Cursive is good handwriting. I just don't have a particular knack for it. I don't like it, but it's not terrible. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took so long to read it. I just don't read script very often. I actually thought your handwriting is pretty. Huh? That's a relief. Yeah, and besides, I was also dissecting what your poem was actually saying. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it was short, it was very descriptive. Or very descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's the first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Mild? Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? You a ghost girl? Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Jake. Really? You must have totally missed the point. It's about time, and how time moves forward. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poems often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more to tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolic compared to a ghost, lingering on her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, I didn't even know what it said. I just chose a bunch of words. If anything, I can probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Jake. Oh, thank you, girl! Ah, me too. Alrighty. So, who should I go to next? Let's go to Sayori. This is a good poem, Jake. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy that would be writing poems in his spare time? Really? Am I? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me on how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room, you know. That might also be an issue. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but it doesn't mean that I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Jake. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Most of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold on to that then. Yay! Now I'll read my poem to you, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Let's see. Pretty basic handwriting. Let's see. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. You are asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Oh, I got kind of scatterbrained there at the end. I want breakfast. Okay, well, I mean, the promise of a new day is uplifting, but I could sleep forever. I mean, that's not fun. And that could be a metaphor for, you know, death, so don't really like that whole thing, but I mean, that's what poems are for. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No! Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself. Don't be mean! I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say it like it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. The scatterbrained line. Gotta put a thing up here so my camera doesn't go dead. I made eggs and toast. Well, that sounds like a good breakfast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I'll get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Oh yeah? But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Alrighty. Natsuki will do you last, and then Monica will we'll do Monica last. We're doing Natsumi now. I can feel like we're just like staring at each other. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't invoke any emotions. But I used, like, good words. I used universe. So basically it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? Oh ho ho! Violent! I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Lots of straight lines. Wouldn't really expect this kind of handwriting from someone like Natsuki who likes cute things. But I mean, you know, maybe I'm looking too much into it. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. What does this poem say to me? As, like, here's, like, since I'm an analyticalist, if you will, I think analyzing these things as part of the video is a pretty good idea. So, it almost sounds like Natsuki is trying to evoke a feeling of trying to do something, but only can try, cannot really succeed. Well, to that, Natsuki, I point you to Grandmaster Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. No, it was simple. It got a point across. It doesn't have to be fancy. You just need to get a point across. So people don't think take my writing seriously. It isn't the point of poems for people to but isn't it the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things, but can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. Once again, the whole try, but fail, fail. Once again, do or do not. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feelings in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro, boy. I'm glad you learned something. I didn't expect that much. I didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I didn't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alrighty, and now, Monica! It's the last one. Hi, Jake. Yow. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. But I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. It's just a bunch of big words! Don't worry, Jake. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Jake. Well, you read that fast. I was gonna oh in my head while reading it. I was going oh, like oh. Like oh? It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go so far with something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way I can just, blow them away later on. That way I can it always counts when I put some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri thinks likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that full of imagery and symbolism. Yeah, I like that too. Unlike Sayori, who is usually simple with direct words and describe happiness and sadness. Okay, so she's giving us hints on what the girls like. That way we can play to that, I'm guessing. Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning from it, which I think is very valid too. It's very challenging to write like that efficiently, or effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze it for the nuances. It just takes years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry. I'm sure... don't worry so much about that. You did your own thing. Just keep exploring and learning by trying new things. I'm sure you'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a bit biased towards their own kinds and styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. Well, thank you! So, don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. So pretty much what she's saying is, just pick the words that you want to pick. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Which I'm pretty sure that it does. It's a game mechanic. We have to impress the girls. Yeah, we're both laughing together. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, it's not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Alrighty. Alrighty, pretty basic handwriting, kind of a mixture of just regular script, but it looks like it could be written by a girl. Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction of the direction that spackle protrudes? A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like the film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. Just a little hole that wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Well, what this says to me, she experienced something in her life that she cannot forget. And it's something that she would like to forget. And now that she has experienced it, she feels trapped by what she has experienced. And she feels like someone or something has it out for her and now, like, controls her in a way. That's what I'm getting from it. But very good. So what do you think? It's very freeform. If that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Huh? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you can say that I have some kind of empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. Oh, an epiphany! Not an empathy, it's an epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. I definitely know this. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to look about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you're just gonna get a big dark puddle of ink. So, just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Well, that's good advice. Good writing advice, too, for anyone who's trying to be a writer out there. Thanks for listening. Phew, man, we got through all those poems. I can't believe it. And we wrote a pretty good poem ourselves. But with that, my friends, I'm going to have to end this episode here. It's been a good second meeting of the Doki Doki Literature Club. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. And if you have any comments, be sure to leave them down below in the description. So, until next time, I want you to be a good person, tip your waitresses, keep moving forward. And I'll see you guys next time I'm out there in YouTube land. I'll see you then. Yay-o!